I don't want to rule or conquer anyone. I should like to help everyone if possible. Jew, Gentile, black man, white. We all want to help one another. Human beings are like that.
Welcome to the At Random podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Alejandra, Ali, Batman, all of the above. And I'm joined by my husband, that thing over there, and Andy down in Belgium. How are you guys doing?
I'm good. I got a couple of things I should plug before we do the show because I don't think I'll be able to do it by the end of the show. Somehow, I think I'll not be able. Okay, for the people that are listening, do you want to explain what's going on, Ali?
Yeah. Okay. So actually last week was my turn to do an episode. I was not feeling it, so I said I'll take this week. And I still wasn't feeling it because every subject I thought I wanted to do was like dark and depressive. And we've done a few dark and depressive episodes in a row now.
We have.
There's some dark times. So I said, fuck it. Let's get drunk and talk about sex.
Yeah, I thought that was actually a good idea because like that's not been done on a podcast definitely before. I'm drunk already. It's okay. It's fine.
And we figured that the little dad over here has a few days off, so we said,
and you
fuck it.
just dumped the kids on like a random doorstep and left them for the weekend. So
they'll be fine.
It's free.
I give what I'd like to call a Spartan education to my kids. You know, if they can't survive the wolves, then fuck them. Who needs them?
Fair.
So just a heads up.
If one of my kids died, I was talking to my wife about this recently. If one of my kids died at the funeral, she said like, oh, would you have a eulogy or would you have a funeral? What would you do? I said I'd walk up to the fucking pedestal and I'd say, weak to the coffin and just walk off again. That's all I'd do. That's
Jesus
my...
Christ. Dad of the Year, 2020.
All right, can I plug my shit real quick?
Yeah, well, just want to give a disclaimer. So there's beeping, some long breaks and stuff. Yeah.
You know, there's this thing called editing. They don't hear the
it
breaks.
doesn't happen, okay? Okay, plug your shit, Andy.
Okay, so I like my all-time bestie, my bestie girl in all the world, sent me something to share with everybody as a charity, and I wanted to bring some light to this because there's a kid called Dan who needs everybody's help. I don't care if we only have 50 listeners and 2 of you decide to check this out. I think like if you have €1 to spare, then just go on to on Facebook and just type in "Do It for Dan." It'll direct you to a GoFundMe page for a little kid that seriously needs our help. If you want to know what it's all about, I'm not going to explain it now because we only have an hour, and like I think we have enough to cover an hour as far as substance goes. Like just go on Facebook, type in "Do It for Dan." You'll find a link to the GoFundMe page and know what it's all about. Just support this kid, and yeah, they're going through some tough times, and just even if, like I've always said, even if it's €1, in Belgium there's 11.4 million people, something like that. If everybody gives out €1, that's 11.4 million euros. So that's, you know, you can help people out with small donations. Do it right now. Second thing I wanted to plug is the best boys segment of today, because I'll be fucked if I'll still know the names by the end of this episode. The bestest boy title of this episode goes to Dominatrix and what's the other one called again? Dominatrix and Dominatrix and Dessert. Dominatrix and Dessert, the new 2 puppies Jeffree Star bought. I don't know.
was
this week
just watching the video.
Yeah.
You spoiled it for me, you dickhead.
Yeah. Yeah, he called them dominatrix and dessert, and they're fucking so adorable. I did not know that Pomeranians were so adorable when they're cute. When they're a pup.
You mean when they're not like beep, 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 every fucking 2 seconds?
We have
They're
rats, they
fucking
do that
adorable,
too.
dude. Yeah.
Yeah, but Pomeranians are worse.
Yeah. So anyway, so do it for Dan and dominatrix and dessert.
Dessert.
And they're fucking cute. I love it. All right.
Okay,
All
should
yours.
we get this shit rolling?
Yeah, we're gonna
Uh,
kick it off. No, we're gonna kick it off with something different.
Yeah.
We're gonna kick it off right here. I'm gonna do a beer review live on air right here, right now.
Fuck
I have-
off. Are you actually gonna do that?
Yeah, yeah,
And
right
if
here.
people don't know, this episode's going to be a bit everywhere right now because
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but it's
there's
fine.
nothing thought out. I thought we just needed some positivity and a fucking break. So
You know what?
I do apologize, but not really.
This is just 3 friends hanging out. This is like what all people should be doing right now. Just
Yeah,
going on
exactly.
Skype and hanging out with each other, not
Keeping
being in
some
human
distance.
Contact. Yeah,
I
exactly.
even have a thing between me and this dickhead over here because I
Whoa.
don't know.
Whoa.
Like that, you don't need Corona to do that and feel safe. Or
Okay, well, do your review. What is it?
all right.
Well, I am drinking the Florida Man by Cigar City Brewing,
Okay.
and I really hope it is meth infused. Sadly, I don't think it is.
Where is it going from? Well, where do they make that?
Oh, in Tampa, Florida, in the U.S.
And nobody gives a shit. Okay. Go for it.
See
I
how it
think you
tastes.
are the worst reviewer ever because I saw you drink another beer just like 10 seconds ago. So your palate
that's
is
irrelevant.
already fucked.
Can I get it?
That's a super smooth brew. Gotta say, Florida Man, pretty tame for a Florida Man. Like I was expecting like fireworks and some stabbings, maybe like a guy trying to eat a guy's face. You know, police.
I saw a
I'm getting
video
none
of
of
that once.
It's pretty good though.
By the
I
way,
gotta say.
I'm right
I'm a
now,
fan.
just so that
Highly
people
recommend.
know, I'm drinking beers that's 5.2. Alex, you got 8 point something?
This is 8.5. Yeah, the Florida Man 8.5.
And Ali, you are rocking 13 point something?
No, she's
No,
drinking
I'm
gin. right
drinking
now.
gin. Some
Okay,
Hendrix.
well, we
and
know-
I have some surfisk sour cola shots
Surfisk,
on
yeah.
the side.
Okay.
Yeah, it's disgusting. Do not recommend.
Well, I drank that on my hen's party.
What is
Mohiba.
hen's party?
Like
What is hen's party?
before you get married,
Yeah, like the Bachelorette.
the bachelorette
party
but for
thing.
women.
Oh, okay.
Or the
Yeah.
Bachelorette is for women.
Did you have strippers?
No.
Oh. Did any of you have like Alex or did anything wild happen?
I didn't even have a party.
Well, I did some stuff.
Yeah, and those guys are still recuperating from
Please
that.
elaborate.
Well, I drank a whole bottle of that. No, gin. Do we have slush? I think we had slushy with gin as well, and gin and a whole bottle of that. And then that was before we went on the cruise because my friends took me to a cruise. So I
Okay.
was drinking the sour shot cola. We went and did ceramic, like painted ceramic. So I have like bowls and mugs in my kitchen
That is
from all my friends.
Nothing like a bro like
It was so much
man.
fun. I
Bachelor
was so
party.
drunk. Like you should see my bowl. Like it's.
see that
I was
I don't
at the
think
end. I was
anybody
like,
wants to see your
"Fuck the
ball,
brush!" I
Ali.
just took paint with my hand and just like, and then we went on a cruise. I don't know, like minimum 10 shots of Fireball. Yeah.
Okay.
Ugh.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
gin.
God.
I had a mental breakdown in the bathroom.
Because you realized who you were marrying to.
Not really. It was more that it's actually a really sad story because there were other people at this cruise. They were having their hens party, and they were quite boring. They were just sitting there. So I was like the
Oh,
one
yeah.
getting shots for everyone. I was like,
Yeah.
fuck it, let's get drunk, and just running around. And as I was standing in the bar getting shots for this other girl that I don't know, there was this Finnish guy standing next to me, and I started talking to him because I was very happy and I was talking to
Yeah.
everyone. And he reminded me, like, he had a little beard braid, This is gonna get sad, but still, he had a little braid in his beard, and it reminded me of my friend that killed himself that year, or earlier that year, or year before. I don't have recollection of time anymore.
Well,
And
thank
I
you for
had-
listening to this podcast. That was the end of it. I want to thank everybody for joining us. And you can find us on Instagrams and the Twitters.
No, but it actually, it turned out okay because I started crying. I went and gave the other girl the shot. I had, a breakdown in the bathroom for, I don't know, on and off for, 4 hours.
But
the thing is,
that drunk.
But I had so many interesting conversations with so many people. Because it started with, I was crying and they were like, oh my God, what happened? And then, then we started talking. No, the best was when I dragged my friend, Emil, my guy friend, into the girls' bathroom and I was crying. Because the thing, I hadn't really processed what had happened, but it hit me then when I was super drunk. And I was in this bathroom stall, because I was peeing because I was so drunk and crying, what the fuck? Why did he do that? Blah, blah, blah. And this girl that was in the next stall over was like, fuck him, honey. He doesn't deserve you. Because she thought that I was crying over a guy that dumped me. And I was like, how about we shut the fuck up and when we don't know what the fuck is going on? I got so angry. And then she came out and she's like, I was actually talking about my friend that killed himself. And she was so she was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And I was like, it's okay. And then we talked.
But
and
you are that drunk though. You are that sort of I was here's what I was planning. I when we started talking, I thought hey, it would be a fun question to ask you guys what sort of alcohol, what sort of drunk you are, because drunks come in types, you know? And
The
I'm
best.
the sort of guy what?
The best drunk. That's
The
what
best
I am.
drunk. Yeah.
Just the best one.
I'm the sort of guy, when I get tipsy and shit like that, I get happy and I'm good for a laugh and do silly shit. You know, when you can leave your hat on, comes on the fucking jukebox or whatever they're rocking at the bar I'm at. I'm the guy that jumps on the table and takes my clothes off. But Ali, you are I totally am. And I swear to God, all I'm wearing is a hat at that point. But Ali, you are that drunk that starts crying.
I'm not
and that
actually.
everybody
I
feels
really,
compassionate about.
I really not the girl that starts crying. That day, it was just I don't know what happened. It really just hit me. Was seeing this guy because he was talking about his life, and then I don't know. Because I usually am not the girl that cries. But for some reason, I was just.
Let me ask the question then. What drunk are you, or what drunk do you think you are?
Oh, I'm
Annoying drunk.
no. I'm usually very fun, but I also tend to be the one that tries to take care of everyone.
Oh,
Annoying.
like the mama drunk.
The mama
Okay,
drunk.
that's cool.
But I can be either the crying mess, but it depends obviously. The crying mess I was that day, which I usually am not, or the super happy crazy takes my clothes off, and when I was younger I was that girl, I would show my tits to everyone because I had piercing in my tit,
and thank God for everyone that saw your tits at that point.
yeah.
And I don't get any of these benefits now. I just get nothing.
You gotta
Get
earn it, buddy.
donuts.
Which brings me to my next question, Alex. Because here's my perspective from what I know from you and how many times we talked and blah blah blah
Yep.
blah. I think you're the sort of guy that you're always fun to hang out with when you're drunk. You're good for a laugh with the snidey comments and the dumb shit and blah blah blah. But I think you're the sort of drunk that all of a sudden nobody knows where he's at. And then you come back and it's like nothing ever happened.
Sometimes, yeah. No. That's more if I'm I'm just a happy drunk. I just happy, have fun. Usually probably the drunkest guy there as well. Because I drink a lot. If I drink a lot.
It's a competition.
Not even that. I'm a big guy. My body handles a lot. But yeah, but I'm also the type of person, I'm just randomly I'm going home now. Bye. And just leave.
It's 8:00 at night now, right? And I've been drinking since 5 to get to this point.
Yeah.
So I've been drinking for 3 hours to actually get where I'm at right now, which is a pretty good buzz and like a very fun place to be at. I'd like to remain this way for the rest of the episodes. All right. That being said,
What are we actually doing?
Yeah.
It's like
yeah. What are we
15 minutes
doing,
of
Ali?
nonsense.
Well, we're doing a bit of everything, a bit of random. I asked you guys to come up with 2 stories, sexual encounter stories. And it can either be like we have the other persons have to try to guess if it's a real story or a made up story.
Okay.
Or yeah. So just talking some shit really. Like I just wanted to hang out and have fun and join
Okay.
some people in. So if you're listening to this episode, grab a fucking drink. Let's have some fun. Let's talk some shit.
Yeah.
And let's just do it. And
I mean, you're probably working from home anyway, so day drinking isn't a problem. So go
yeah,
for
just
it.
fucking do it. Your boss will never know.
Yeah.
Okay, who want to start off? Andy, do you want to go?
Okay. Yeah. Sure. Why do you all? Why am I not surprised that you actually go to me for the first one?
I'm actually
Alright,
excited about Alex's story, but you can go first.
So what I'll do is I'll give a synopsis of 2 scenarios that may or may not have happened. And you guys pick which is real and which is the lie. Does that sound good?
Sure.
Like, if there's more details to it, I'll tell them later. But, like, the shortened version.
Okay, I get you. Yeah.
Okay. So, I was once in a 3-way, and I ended up jizzing on a guy's leg.
Done. Yep, true.
Chasing after him. The girl was on the bed, fairly distraught. And the second one is I once hung my ass out of a car to have my balls and dick and ass played with.
Both true.
I say the second one is the truth. The balls hanging out of the
Ooh, you're both right. You're both wrong, actually. First one is true. I was once in a 3-way. The girl and wanted to be fucked by 2 guys, me and a friend of mine. High
five and all
story
night
of my
long.
life, by the way. Like, she had such high expectations, but she picked the wrong fucking guys to do that. Like, this was my bestie. This was my fucking bro. Like, you know, it's weird being bisexual because you can get attracted to a dick, but you can also be like I have with Alex. You know, we're bros. Like, I wouldn't fucking suck your dick. Like,
I wouldn't want your mouth anywhere near it. I don't want herpes.
but it's gonna happen anyway. So anyway, what happened was this girl, she was into it, and we were like, oh well, you know, fucking fine, whatever. We're drunk, we're high, we were all sorts of shit because this was a crazy period in my life. We did the 3-way, and he came first, so he was fucking the puss, I was fucking the ass because I can take
Oh,
ass. as a
damn. She
bisexual.
did the DP.
Oh yeah, she was down to
Shit.
Yeah.
Straight into it.
So, what happened was he came first because he was in the vagina. And
Did you
what
leak
happened
out
was
onto his member?
He leaked out onto my leg. And so at that moment, like at that moment, I commented on that, and he got sort of defensive about it in the moment. But like, I don't know if it was him coming and feeling different after that, or if it was something else. But like, he gave me a snidey comment. And then I said, well, fucking fine, I'll jizz on your leg then. And so I threw the girl off of me and proceeded to run after him throughout the entire fucking bedroom to try and jizz on his leg.
That's the type of
With
thing-
success, by the way. I did get his calf.
Even a straight guy, I think, if push came to shove and they made some snide remark, you'd be, you know what, I'm going to fucking come on your leg.
Yeah.
See you, buddy.
So, I don't know, like, I guess fun took over to excitement, and I sort of just hopped off. And like, I didn't hop off. I threw the girl off of me because she was literally laying on my stomach. So I just chucked her aside, left her on the bed,
Like a
and
piece of trash.
proceeded to run after that. Like, and she pulled up the blankets, like she did the old. It was so funny to watch afterwards because she pulled up the blankets over her chest and she was like looking at us running across a room after each other, me jerking my cock, by the way, while running, trying to jizz on another guy's leg.
What is
I pinned him
wrong with
down.
you?
I came on his calf. So, you know, that happened. The ass out the car thing, that is just a porn I watched today. Thank you very much.
Fair. Was it a fake taxi video or?
No, it was actually a girl just prostituting. Well, not prostituting herself. She didn't get paid, the dumb bitch. But
She was
Oh
just.
my God.
So she was just dogging. It was like public.
Look, strangers
acts.
gonna fuck your ass. I mean, might as well get some money from it. Fucking be smart. Be business smart. But yeah, she hung her ass out the window and got fucked by 3 guys, which was pretty fucking sweet. All right, Alex.
You already done
What's
with
that?
Florida, man.
Which one is that now?
This one is a Tears of Green New England India Pale Ale by Captain Lawrence Brewing Co. Never had
And
it
that
before.
is how much percent? Oh, fuck, I dropped my lighter.
7.5. So, story number 1. I'm gonna. I heard that fart.
Nobody fucking reacted.
It sounded like a little. It sounded like a queef. Do you have a vagina?
All right, sorry. Yeah. Go on.
Anyway,
Go on.
on that point of vaginas. Okay, so I'm gonna tell the whole story, and then I want you to guess if it's true or not. Well, not even if it's
Okay.
true or not. Yeah, just actually, yeah, just is it yes or no, true or false?
Okay.
So this happened in 2010, the year after I finished high school. I was at like a house party, you know, with with friends and former classmates, shall we say? You know, basically like all the cool kids from my old class. We were hanging out. You know, a lot of them were at
Okay.
university and stuff, and we just like came together and had a
Okay.
house party, right?
Mm-hmm.
So at this party, there was a chick that she used to be in my class, right? So we started hooking up, and you know, we were hooking up for like a couple of hours, you know, on and off, you know, getting a couple of drinks in between, you know, kissing, touching, groping, grabbing some boobs, some ass. She had a really short, tight skirt on, right?
Okay.
You know, I don't know. It was just this night. She just looked really good, and I was like, hey, you know what? Fuck it. Let's do it. Let's go for it. You know, she was always one of the better looking chicks in school, and I was like, all right, fuck it. Let's do it. So, eventually after a few hours, I attempted to get the old fish fingers.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I attempted to
Yeah.
play with her member but we were still outside in the party. She had none of that. She was not interested at all in me touching her in public. So she said to me, like, let's go to the bedroom, which was her best friend's party.
She was weak, is what you're saying.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, I was willing
yeah.
to fuck her then and there in front of like 100 people. I didn't give a shit.
There you go.
I mean, it was a big house party. It was like, I don't know, 100, 200 people, something like that. It was a decent size. Anyway,
Okay.
so her best friend was hosting the party. She was like, oh, look, let's go to her bedroom, whatever, you know, let's do it. I was like, all right, cool, let's go. So we start, you know, making, like, the lights were off and stuff. You know, we literally just walked in. She wanted the lights off. I was like, all right, whatever. So we start making out and, you know, grabbing some ass and shit for, I don't know, 10 to 30 minutes. Some time passed. Then I'm like, all right, fuck it. Like, it's time. You've been teasing my dick for too long. Let's get to business. So I go up all down her pants and I go down to eat her pussy, right? You know, to get her ready, you know. Take care of the ladies, you know, how it should be.
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
Instant regret.
Fishy Kingdom?
Nope.
Did you get that smelly smell?
I basically pushed my head into a literal bush. I had hairs between my teeth. Not even joking. Literal hairs caught in between my teeth. It was like prickling my face. And, you know, I mean, I can grow facial hair and I'm shaving and shit. And it was like grinding on the stubble. I was like, no.
Oh, God.
Instant boner killer. Instant.
Yeah, okay.
So I was like, all right, my dick straight away went from being hard as a rock to about as fucking flaccid as possible. like in 0.1 of a second. And then, of course, I'm sitting there like, holy shit, like, how do you get out of this situation? She thinks shit's about to go down, and I am now limp as fuck.
Yeah.
So, of course, I did what any rational person who's been drinking would do.
Punch her in the vagina.
No, I pretend I had to vomit.
Okay.
So I'm quickly get up like, And I'm like, oh, I need to vomit. And she, of course, straight away she was like, like don't vomit inside my vagina or whatever, or onto it.
Yeah.
And then I spent the next half an hour while she was waiting outside the door, like, oh, are you okay? And I'm like pretending to make vomit noises, like, bleh, bleh, bleh. I'm like, oh. And after a while, I'm like, can you just call me a cab because I need to leave? Like, you have disgusted me this night.
Yeah.
So she calls me a cab, and I thought that was it, right? I thought that's the end of it, like done deal. But no, the next weekend I'm at another party. I mean I'm 19 or 18 at this point. Yeah, 18. I was 18.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean you're fucking going to parties and shit all the time.
Yeah, of course.
Start hooking up with this chick again. Gets to the point like, okay, shit's about to go down. Let's do it.
The same girl?
No, different. Different girl. She wasn't at this party.
Okay.
The hairy vagina. She was not there, and couldn't get it up, shall we say? Had a bit of PTSD from munching down on the thing, the fucking or whatever it's called from the Addams Family. Fucking the week before.
You couldn't get it up because of what happened with the other guy?
Oh yeah, it disgusted me so much. My brain was just like, nah, this ain't happening. And this new girl, she was way hotter than the other one, but my dick was just like, okay, this ain't happening, bud.
Was she shaven though? Like, did you get to see or?
Yeah, no, she was clean. I don't know if she's fully shaven. At least it was tidy. Like no problems.
I think that's true.
No problem.
I think that's true. Because I can see how you could get turned off by a vagina that much that you still think about that vagina a week later.
Yep.
It's like seeing a very, very tiny cock and then seeing a different cock.
Those little corona dicks.
Yeah. And it's like I can see how that could happen. I could see how that like mentally might be a thing that blocked you from getting rock hard. That being said, though, if she would do her best and get on top and like grind that shit like there's no tomorrow, then you'd probably snap out of it, and she'll like you'll be able to fuck. I guess.
Are you ready for the plot twist?
I'm ready for the plot twist.
It is true, but it didn't happen to me.
Oh,
it happened to one of my best friends.
Okay.
And so now the story gets even better because I don't know, this must have been about 1 to 2 months, say 6 to 8 weeks after the initial eating of what we now refer to as the hairy mutt.
The
hairy mutt incident.
Yeah.
We're having a house party at my place. It was late spring, early summer. It was getting nice and warm. I had a swimming pool. We're like drinking beers, going for a swim and shit in my backyard.
Mm-hmm.
And this friend that this actually happened to goes, guys, I need to tell you something. Like, oh, okay, whatever. Like, yeah, and this guy, he's like the Jar Jar Binks of the group. He's like the Joker, Like,
okay, yeah.
You take nothing he says seriously, really.
Misha no eat fish.
Misha no stinky fingers. But anyway, so he goes, guys, I'm on Viagra. And
why?
He is 19, just turned 19. And we were like, what?
Was he that shocked that he needed Viagra?
That
Are you serious?
From the hairy vagina, he had to go see a psychologist and his general practitioner doctor to end up getting a Viagra
girl's
prescription.
Vagina needs a shave. What the fuck?
For 6 weeks, he had to take Viagra just to get an erection. Me? This guy should have been in the peak of his power, was like fucking anything that moved, and he couldn't get it up.
Yeah, you see, when you see something creepy or something that generally like just fucks with your mind, it's difficult to get it out. I can see how that happens. When I had a fuck buddy once and I couldn't get it up because I was so nervous coming out of a 5-year relationship, and it was so strange to me to be fucking somebody else that I couldn't get it up. Now she kept grinding and doing shit to me that eventually, lived off. But yeah, but but that's the thing. Like, I get where that comes from. He just needed a chick to fucking hang in there and fucking grind that shit until it got
They didn't do that to him, and he ended up on Viagra for 6 weeks as a 19-year-old man, fully healthy.
Wait, is he still on that though? Does he still need that?
No. He had it for like 6 weeks to 2 months, and then literally the day
that's
after he
fine.
finally got it up, like he couldn't even masturbate without taking it. That's how fucked it was.
Seriously?
Yeah. So the day he could finally
Whoa,
masturbate
okay,
again,
that's
he's all like,
fucking
"Hey
harsh.
boys, I did it. I don't need the blue tablets anymore." Like,
Whoa,
Jesus
okay, that's pretty
Christ.
fucking harsh. That is
Yeah.
harsh though. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. But shout out to my boy. He'll know who it is if he listens to it. So we ready? And Andy looks like he's about to have a stroke.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Just tell your story.
this
Alex.
was also in my, shall we say, years of youth. Back in...
It didn't happen.
10th or 11th grade. I can't remember. I think it was 11th, but it could have been 10th grade. So it was like 2007, 2008-ish sort of year.
Okay.
We were at this house party, and the thing is, the school I went to, right, we were the sort of only public school, like government-funded school, in this area. And it was in like a sort of middle upper class, like reasonably affluent area. The rest of the schools around there were private schools. So we had a bit of a rivalry with those private schools, because in Australia you do like regional sports and shit like that. So we were like the only public school against all these like rich boy wankers whose dads drove Porsches and had trophy wives and shit like that.
Yeah, guys, you were jealous of. Okay.
Hey, I was friends with those guys. Right? We're getting there.
course
Okay,
you
so I
were.
was at a party with people from that school. One of my best friends went to the closest school to us, so kind of our like one of our
course you
nemesis
were.
schools. Anyway, so we were at this party, and the party was hosted by an old, like really old family friend. Like it was their daughter's. It must have been a 17th. So yeah, I was in 11th
Their
grade.
daughters were 75.
So
That's how
you know,
old they
things were happening. We're having a bit of fun. Like she was pretty cute, right? So my friend and I ended up having a threesome with her.
Hey.
And so, you know, we're having a bit of fun, and all of a sudden some commotion starts outside. But you know, when you're like mid-action, right? You know, you don't give a fuck what's happening outside when your fucking testosterone's flowing and you're ready to fucking pump one
Yeah, no,
inside
I get
another
that.
human being, you know? Like
I get that. Yeah.
it doesn't matter, right? So we didn't really pay much attention to it. Turns out people had started throwing, because people from my school had come and started threatening people from the school that this party was at. And
Okay.
glass bottles were being thrown and people were threatened to be stabbed.
Jesus.
And so the police were called. And obviously at this point, the thing is the parents were sitting quietly like upstairs while this party was going
That's
on.
horrible.
Oh, it gets much worse. So obviously, once the shit really hits the fan, what happens? Where I'm fucking her bareback while my friend's getting sucked off. We're spit roasting her, right?
And the cops are downstairs.
No, the cops are on their way. So her mother busts in the
okay.
room and switches on the light and sees
Okay.
me. There's someone she's known since she was 6 years old, because I used to play football with her son. Fucking her daughter while she is giving my friend a blowjob.
Okay.
And that was the most awkward sex education talk I've ever had about wearing protection.
Okay.
It was an instant dick killer, like boner dead. Her mom just busting in. And then, then the police came. There was actually a police helicopter flying around for a while because someone like threw a bottle at a cop car.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna call bullshit on that one.
Yes. Inspired by a true story, but not fully true.
All right. So what was it? What was it?
I was at a party at my friend's school where people came and started threatening to stab people and throwing bottles at the police and shit.
There was no threesome.
There was no threesome, but the actual party and shit was actually real, and it actually was fucked up.
All right. Cool. Ali, go on.
All of hers are real, I know for a fact by the look on her face.
I think to be fair here, I do think that most of what we're gonna hear is gonna be real. Like, I'd be surprised if you didn't have a crazy fucking background in sexual activities.
Wait, I'm sorry, like that cut out so much for me that I didn't actually hear you.
No, what I'm saying is that I wouldn't be surprised if you had a crazy sexual background.
If you were promiscuous,
Okay,
in your
yeah,
youth.
yeah.
Yes, somewhat.
Ah.
if you
you know.
had put your Butt outside of a taxi window, for example.
As they say in France, a bit of a slut when they speak English.
Oui, oui, little slut.
Okay, we
Take
should.
my baguette magique, you little whore.
Whatever. But before I tell my story, we do have some questions. So I figured I'll throw them in there in between. So we have a question.
All right,
I got all night. I'm drinking. I'm fine.
Some sex questions from a listener that asks,
Okay.
do you have to come for the sex to be good?
Yes.
For a guy, yes. For a girl, no.
Yes, for everybody, in my opinion.
You know what? I'm gonna change my answer. For a guy, yes. For a girl, sometimes yes. Because I think women are differently programmed than we are. There's some women out there that can't come or never experienced an orgasm that still enjoy sex like a motherfucker.
Yeah, but they're outliers.
There's some girls out there who can squirt your fucking face full, which is just a compliment to every dick that's pounding that pussy. Yeah, so I think it's no, fuck that. You don't need to always come for sex to be fun. I mean, I've given head to some women and made them come time after time and not get a blowjob in not get a blowjob in return. Thanks, Kelly.
Vicky.
But no. Yeah, I don't think it's always necessary.
I hear
I think
you.
for some women.
But my point is,
Actually, I want to hear from Ali on this one.
Okay, I'll just...
It's important for
he
you to
just
come.
ignores me. Fuck this
Can
guy.
we just I'm going to disconnect from my Wi-Fi because you're cutting out a lot and I can't hear you.
Okay.
Well, I mean, while we wait, I'll discuss my thing that Andy didn't want to fucking hear. So my point of view is you're discussing outliers, like for example, people that can't come. For me, it's like sex is always better when they have came before you even fuck them to begin with. Like if you.
But that's not the
foreplay.
question. The question is...
But that's part of sex. To me, the whole thing is sex. The whole act of the foreplay and the leading up to penetration, to me, in my opinion, is sex.
Yeah.
All of that whole thing. So for me, it's like you should play with them, give them head, let them use toys, whatever. And then once they come, it feels way better to have sex to begin with. And then,
All right.
therefore, they should come every time.
If you only eat spaghetti,
Oh, God, where's this going?
and spaghetti is the only thing... You want some raviolis? No, if you only eat spaghettis, and spaghetti is the only thing you can eat because there's nothing else, is the spaghetti still good?
Wait, are you eating the tampon string?
I am eating.
Jesus
I'm sorry.
Christ.
Okay, well,
No.
I don't
What
want
I'm
that
saying
bolognese
is,
sauce is all I'm saying.
if you're used to not having an orgasm, because we gotta keep in mind, Alex,
Yeah, but
there are
your pun is
women out there
shit.
that never achieve fucking orgasms. So what about them? You're telling them that they're not having fun?
No,
They are
but
having
I'm
fun.
saying as me as a
It's
man,
good.
the responsibility is on me to make sure that they have fun. That's my point. Is like I try to make sure
yeah,
that
but
there's always some fun.
sometimes you can't. As
Yeah,
a woman,
but that's an
you can't
advice
come.
I would give. If you can't come, then fucking find a bigger dick.
There is nothing to do with size. Okay, but my opinion. Now I'm back in. In
It
my
absolutely has everything.
no,
to do with
it
size.
doesn't.
Shove a BBC up your cunt and shut the fuck up.
No, I swear I prefer smaller dicks than larger dicks.
Oh, so you don't even like my dick then? Fuck me.
I'm not saying that. It's
you
like
just did.
no,
I'm
but
hung like a
in
donkey. I've already been over this.
In comparison with a big fucking dick, like when the one that you go like, oh my fucking god. Like sometimes the smaller dick is not that bad. Like
Okay, just shove it in there, but when you see it, you go like.
Do you know what's amazing?
Big dick is
That
looking
is an
pretty good right now."
excuse. You can pop a human being out of there. You can take a penis.
but it doesn't have to
That's
do with
true,
that.
too.
It's like size doesn't
it
matter.
does.
It's mostly about technique and knowing what you're doing with what you have and knowing what you're
Yeah.
working with. If you have a smaller dick, usually guys like they learn other skills. They try different things. They know how to make it feel good for a girl.
So all I'm hearing from
And
you is I'm a
no, but
magician because I know these
sometimes-
things and I have a big
To
penis.
be honest with you, like a story, like this is factual. Like I had a best
Okay.
friend, and she was dating this guy, and he was a virgin, so she took his virginity, and she was
Okay.
like,
nasty witch.
"What? Yeah, I can tell you." I was dating this guy, and she took his virginity. This was his virginity, and she said like, At first she was worried, la la la, but then she was like, "Oh, the sex is amazing. I trained him, whatever, la 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 la. Everything is so
Jesus,
good."
was he a
Yeah.
dog?
But I'm just telling the fucking story. That's what
Come
she
here,
said.
little puppy.
But anyway, she kept telling me how mind blowing the sex was and how good it was. And I had a falling out with this girl. We're not friends. We weren't friends. And I ended up meeting this guy at a party. And we were like, because we always had a connection. So anyway, at this party, we were like, because she dumped his ass. And I don't know what happened between them. They had broken up.
Okay.
And it was like a year later. And
You saw an opening and you went for it.
whatever.
She's a home
I went
wrecker.
for it.
She
And
came in like
okay.
Ron Jeremy on a wrecking ball
shut up.
and destroyed that
But
place.
still.
Wait, I want to know how much she came because
But let
Maybe
me
she
tell the
came hard.
fucking story.
Did he have to wear a raincoat when you were done? That's what we want to know. How wet were you?
No, that's the thing. It's like he
I
had.
heard his face.
Listen, shut up. He had a massive dick. Like, I was like,
Shit, was he wearing gumboots?
oh my God. Like, what the fuck am I going to do with this thing? I don't know.
okay.
But he was so bad. It was literally like,
Oh.
and that
Well,
was
that's
all it was.
disappointing.
And I was like, you have
Yeah.
this big thing. This girl has been bragging about how good you are in bed. But, like, what is good sex for her? Because this is shit, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like,
You see, that's a thing I fucking hate about women. Loathe and fucking entirely. You can fuck a woman and she'll come for hours. Fuck another woman 2 minutes after and like that same fucking day. The same fucking period in the year. You could fuck another woman right after and she will not like the way you move. It's like
I'm just
you
saying-
guys have
I'm just saying, like,
350
no.
fucking buttons to push and guys only have one.
Do you know what it is, Andy?
Just enter.
Men are like modern cars, you know? You turn the fucking key, they turn on, right? Women are like old cars with carburetors. You gotta fucking crank it and pump the gas and fucking do this, and some of them start and some of them don't.
Kick him on the side
You know,
a
it's
little
like
bit.
it's like the
pull
old
their hair,
lawnmower. You know,
fucking-
you pull the fucking rope 700 times and it randomly turns on. Then the next time you turn on, first time, boom, it's ready.
It is. But it is like that. Like women get like so many. Like it's weird though to me, you know, as a man that that somebody has so many on and off buttons to push before you actually get to the point. It's so fucking
What
strange.
I don't get is,
and
like, why do women? They make fun of men like, oh, you don't last very long. It's like you realize the whole time you're spent warming up.
but that dips.
No, but
oh,
it's like
man.
the whole time
Yeah.
you're warming up, right? I have an erection. My erection means I am ready to penetrate you in a split second. I have been ready
Yeah.
for the 20,000 hours it's taken to warm you up enough for me to penetrate.
Yeah.
Of course, it's like my
But that's the
brain
thing.
has gone ahead. I'm ready to go.
okay, but still,
Yeah,
like,
but that's the thing.
no, but the thing in this story is, like, what I want to say is, like, you don't need to know, like, just because you have a big dick doesn't mean that you get to do the minimum. Like, just like
True.
in and out, like, that doesn't
You know,
work.
I feel that.
But that's what I mean. Is
I
this
feel
guy
that. You should
thought,
still put in the effort and shit.
Yeah,
like
because
that.
probably-
I get that.
like, either she was faking it the whole time.
I mean,
Or-
probably trying to show off.
Yeah.
If she
Or
bragged about it with his back, it was probably behind his back. It was probably good for her.
it was big. It was
Well, that's the other
it's the
thing. Your
biggest dick I've
vagina is
ever
different to
seen.
hers, so maybe for her it was good.
I don't know, but no, it wasn't good. Like, I had sex with them a few times. The worst was one day.
She's a home wrecker for sure.
No, they had already broken up. They went together. The worst time was
But
when.
see, that's the thing, though. Then, and if it was that bad, then why did it go ahead and go a couple of times?
Because I thought
If
that I could fucking learn him how to do it and how
fuck
to
a
manage
woman-
it.
Listen. No. If I fuck a woman and it feels like I'm throwing my fucking cock into a hallway with mayonnaise, I'm not gonna do that woman a fucking second time. I'm
what
not.
are you trying to imply
I'm
here?
seriously not. I'm not implying that you have a wide gash, Ali. That is not the thing I'm implying. I'm implying that if the sex is bad, I'm not gonna do it again.
But he
you
enjoyed
women-
himself, apparently, because he kept on calling me.
Do you
And I
know
was like,
men enjoy themselves looking at a tree?
But still, like, I
Like,
need to tell this
literally.
other thing. One of the most worst times, like, he was like, in the middle of the night, he's like, oh, can I come over? And I was like, yeah, sure, why not?
Like, was
and
this
he
the
came
guy
over.
that messaged you when we started
Yeah.
dating? This guy. Hey, you
Yeah.
fucking loser. I won, bitch.
Whatever.
Fucking dick.
No, but one time, like, he came over, and I was still living in my mom's, so he snuck in, and we were watching movies, and we did our thing. And after he was done, he's like,
I've
oh,
been
I'm
there
going to
too,
go to the
buddy.
bathroom and throw away the condom. And I was like, okay. So he walks out, like, this guy is 2 meters tall, has a fucking horse dick of a penis hanging down to his fucking knee.
Did your mother see it?
No, but that is the thing. It's like he goes out in the hallway, and by this, like, at this time, like, our bathroom light, like, it was super slow. It took forever. You would press the button, and it would not turn on. Like, you had to wait for it.
And it's on the outside of the room.
So
as
it's
well,
literally
which is sweet.
outside of my mom's bathroom, and he's standing there, butt naked, waiting for the light to turn on. And I'm like, if my mom comes out now, she's gonna have a heart attack because
Ali,
Too much
if
salami.
you have that big of a horse cock, I would not mind running around naked myself. I've worked with
I
a
did
guy
not want my
who had
mom
a-
to see that. Like, I didn't.
Yeah, nobody wants to see that. Yet if you have a cock that big, you want everybody to see that. I've worked
Obviously.
with a guy who had like definitely like if he was hard, I'm not bullshitting you. If he was hard, halfway down to his knee.
Yeah.
Like fucking
Wait, but
ginormous.
wait, did his
fucking
dick
cock. Now,
get
I worked
erect
with
the
this
wrong
guy.
direction? Because when I get erect, my dick goes up towards my
Yeah,
head.
you know, when you push it down, it would halfway go through your knee.
Yeah, but
Like,
this was
it's
literally
fucking-
down
it's
by
a
his
big
knee
fucking
almost.
cock,
Like,
Ali.
it was.
Alex.
Oh, so he was a donkey.
Yeah, but
horse
that's the
dick.
thing. Like, that guy, he enjoyed going to nude beaches, and I get that.
Yeah, but you know what?
I get that. You got a big cock,
Andy,
you're proud
I'm
of
gonna
it.
tell you a
Fucking
story.
flaunt it, buddy.
When I first met Ali almost 8 years ago, this guy
Mm-hmm.
messaged her while I was sitting next to her, lying in
In the
bed
middle of
after
the
we had
night.
just fucked. So I won, buddy. Think about that. Think about that, horse dick. I won.
You're just
The
jealous that
donkey
there's
dick
somebody
calling me.
out there that's
The
bigger
donkey
than
dick
you are.
beat your horse dick because I do it better.
I'm not bothered. I'm not bothered by size. To be
Andy,
honest.
I did
Like,
it.
I'm all,
Andy, I did it so well. She brought me from another country, and I immigrated here so that she could have my
yeah,
penis.
but that's the thing. No. That's the thing. That's on her.
Yeah, I'm
Because
saying it was that good.
Her pussy is so good that you left your home country to visit, like to live with
I'm
her.
not gonna
So that's
deny
not
that.
on you, motherfucker.
I'm not gonna-
That's on her.
I'm not going to deny that it's premium stuff. You know, like if it was a Persian rug, this is the expensive stuff. You know, not the cheap shit they sell in IKEA. This is like the boutique store from the guy that has a cousin in Turkey making this shit by
Is
hand.
her, wait. Before is her sister still listening in on the show?
I think so.
Wait, hold on.
Ash has heard all
Yes,
this
she
shit
is.
before. Andy, she's known me for almost 8 years too.
All
She's
right.
used to this shit.
Well, here's a little something I do want women to learn to understand. All right, so Ali, I'm gonna talk to you because you'll understand this way better than Alex.
Okay.
You know how you get to a certain period in a month where you're actually fucking horny 24/7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
okay.
mean every
so
day?
that's the point physically where you're ready to mate. That's like nature that determines that shit. That you are at that point physically ready to mate. Now, if you want to understand guys and dicks and how much they like to come and how fun it is, guys have that all month, every month of the year, 24/7.
every
I know.
second
So
of the day.
imagine
Andy.
being like that in that small period that you feel is like the best time to fuck. Imagine that being the entire month, and you'll get a better understanding of why men.
I remember
Andy,
being
can-
going.
that
Hold
they
on,
are.
I just remember going through puberty. Right, you know, you're like 15. Your fucking hormones are flowing. You're sitting on a bus. You're fine. You're just going about your day, listening to music, and you see like a fucking tree outside the window. And all of a sudden your dick's just like, doing, hey buddy, what's happening, son?
Yeah.
And you're like, what the fuck? This is fucked up.
And
All right.
like you were
If
implying,
you want to understand that.
like you were implying earlier, Andy, I'm no saint. I know how you guys are. I know you like to have sex whenever.
She's the devil.
No,
Well,
I'm just a
you
slut.
sacrifice
You are a
children
little
and
bit. You
ate
sacrifice
babies.
babies. You are the devil.
Can confirm she has eaten children.
Shut up.
Can confirm. I procured them for her.
Shut up.
Hey, now I'm incriminating myself. What more do you want?
Okay, let's do.
That's a good marriage.
Before I get to my little story, let's do another question from another listener.
Okay.
Weirdest place you've done it in?
Ooh.
Andy?
Her ass?
I'm thinking like belly button, nostrils,
No.
ears,
Shut-
underarm.
Okay, Alex is drunk by this
The
point.
weirdest place
No, I'm
I've
fine.
done it in. Oh, actually, I know. Well, it's not actually done it, but the weirdest place I done it is in the basement of a school.
What the fuck were you,
And
a
it was
janitor
actually-
back then? You're like fucking like the Mrs. Janitor, like Mr. and Mrs. Janitor.
Yeah. No. Look, it was actually I was not out of the closet at that point in time. I was still somewhat secretly gay, I guess. Like, I wasn't secret about it. If people would have asked, I would have been honest, but I didn't talk about it. That's basically it. Like, I didn't, come out as gay. I just left the closet at one point saying, fuck it. But I was a little bit younger back then, and I didn't talk about it that much. But there was a guy that apparently catched on to that. And so in the afternoon break between 12 and 1 in the afternoon, there was an hour of time where the teachers would fuck off to go eat, where the principal would fuck off to go eat, and that we have nothing to do. And there were very little kids in that school because
Wait.
it was the...
Did you go to a Catholic school? Were they eating out children?
Alex,
No,
shut
actually,
up.
this was a...
I'm sorry. I'm just asking questions.
My education was sound engineering in the showbiz school in Belgium, which had like maybe 50 kids
so
there.
that explains why a bisexual man went there.
Yeah, of course.
You would
well,
fit in
most of
when
the
Harvey
dancers-
Weinstein came. You're like, I'm down.
Alex- Alexander,
It's
shut
exactly
up.
whatever you think it is. It was probably like that. Like the dancers were gay, the performers were gay, and the backstage crowd was pretty much bisexual, wanting to fuck the people on stage and the
So
dancers.
you were basically at this school to be a groupie. You're being educated in how to be a groupie.
Yeah, no,
a
but
bisexual groupie.
that's basically what the sexual preference of that school was. Not I'm saying that everybody was fucking everybody at the time, but like sexual orientation and shit like that was like that. So one afternoon we got down to the basement because, well, we were just curious what was down there, and there was no other vibe than just being curious. This is so fucking dumb thinking back about it. There was a young boy named who is now an activist for the gay community and gay bashing and shit like that. All praise. He's a good guy. Who I got down to the basement with, and he was a very nice young guy to hang out with and shit like that, but he wasn't out of the closet yet as well. And I don't know, there was this side room which we got in, and there was sort of like this playful banter as like, turn down the lights and search for each other. I know it's dumb.
Oh, and
You got him right in the face. Okay, for the people listening,
Yeah.
you're not able to see this.
Your game
but I just
ended
saw
with get him
Ali
right in
throw
the face?
something, and
No.
she got him right in the face.
I just wanted to ask for some water, but trying to do it discreetly.
I'm not looking at
Well,
you. I'm
didn't
looking at
do a
Andy's
good
beautiful
job, Ali.
bisexual face.
All right, so which is a nice guy. He was down there with me. So me and this guy are down there in the basement, and we turn down the lights and say like, oh, come find me and shit like that. So we were basically playing hide and seek by getting a quick peek of where they were, and then they would replace themselves and be somewhere else. So you'd have to find somebody by touch, basically. And so yeah, that escalated to a very, I still remember this, a very raunchy, like, dry hump situation, which was fucking fun to do. Like, it was exciting because not him, not me, pronounced that he was gay. We didn't know from each other, but we were both horny, and now I know, like, he was definitely fucking gay, and I was hard as a rock, so can't deny it, you know? So, yeah, that was, I guess that was a situation where I felt like, you know, yeah.
The life of prepubescent bisexual Andy.
So that was the weirdest place you had sex in?
Yeah, I
Okay.
guess the basement of the school was one of the weirdest places I've had sex with.
It's kind of,
I
especially
almost
not just that,
forgot
but
what the question was.
But to have same-sex sex there is one thing. I honestly think it's a different thing. Like, you wouldn't be as worried about it if you're, say, a man and a woman, right? And this might come across as ignorant, but like, I think it seems worse. I'm not saying it is, but it seems worse when you're the same gender.
I think in the moment it was just the
yeah, for sure.
hotness of being the same gender and not being outspoken about it, like the secrecy about it.
Yeah.
I still enjoy that, by the way, by being secret.
Look, don't
about
get me wrong.
shit is
I'm
like,
not saying
like,
it's wrong or anything. I'm just saying, but I think if, like, I know some people that I didn't, but I know people that I went to school with that had sex at school. But it was like,
yeah.
You know, it was like the heterosexual, and I don't think they gave a fuck because if they got caught, they would have got sent to like sex education class. Whereas I think if you're the same gender,
would have been like appreciated for that.
Yeah, exactly. Whereas if you're the same gender,
blah, blah, blah.
you would have been bullied for that. So it seems more wild than maybe if it's like a man and a woman type situation.
Yeah, but it was a very fun fucking experience. Like, I have no regrets about that. Like, I even tried to hit him up, like, after 2 or 5 years, something like that. I tried to find him on
Who
Facebook.
the fuck is this fucking drunk?
No, I saw that he actually worked for a circus. Like, he was a circus actor. And I was like, well, he's limber now. That's fucking fine for me. But, yeah, it did not be in a no-go because he lived too far away from me. So, if you're ever in town, fucking hit me up, buddy. I'll pound your ass, pussy, like there's no tomorrow.
Andy of fucking Alex was the weirdest place you've sex at. What's the weirdest
Do you
place?
speak words?
Apparently not. And why do I keep saying Andy?
Your husband's name is Alex, not Andy.
Look, if you want to marry Andy for the right price, you know what? Fuck it. I don't give a shit anymore. I beat that guy, so I don't give a fuck. I won. Like a fucking, I'm out. Andy pays me some money, I get my winning prize, and I fuck off. Sweet.
There you go. And I got a lovely little wife.
Always look at the bright. Well, you got two now. Rest in peace. Dude, you'll die death by arse at least. You'll die the good way.
What? Death by what?
Death by arse. He's gonna die the good way at least. But honestly, I haven't had sex in weird. Like honestly, the weird. It's not even weird. It's just like I fucked in Adelaide. There's an overlook over the city. So you drive up in the hills just to the south, like 6 kilometers out of the city. I don't know, what's that, like 4 miles or some shit? I don't know. I don't speak fucking gibberish. Like south of the city, you drive up the hill.
4 bacons.
You drive up the hill and it overlooks the whole city. It's really nice. And I fucked my ex-girlfriend there in the car quite a few times. And honestly, that's probably the weirdest place. I mean, I've had a weird experience with you.
Yeah. That's disappointing.
No, look, my it's not a weird place, but a weird experience was when we first met, we were having sex, okay? And then we hear a knock on the door, you know, normally you don't think much of it. Oh, but she finds out that her uncle had passed away.
Not telling the whole story.
They speak Spanish together, so I didn't understand a word. So I'm literally balls deep in her. And all of a sudden, her dad knocks on the door. So, you know, you freeze and you pretend you're just like spooning or whatever, right? And
Yeah.
like 2 minutes later, she starts.
You kept it in while he was talking to her.
He
Wait, was
went
the
and
door
sat
open?
on the bed.
I didn't understand
Wait,
anything.
was the door open? Was the door
yeah,
open?
her dad opened it and
he
came in to pass her the phone, I think, wasn't it?
No, what happened? No,
okay.
shut up. You don't know the story. What
don't
happened was
All
we
I
were
remember is
having
I was
sex.
balls deep in her
Shut
and
up.
she started crying and I didn't understand why because I don't understand Spanish. And I
Well,
was like,
let
what
me
the
tell
fuck is
the
going
story.
on?
What happened was like we were having sex, so we were on the side, and my dad knocks on the door. So for me not to, for that, because this was in the middle of the day. Like, you know, when you first meet, you have sex all the time, everywhere, whenever you
Yeah,
can.
yeah, of course,
So,
yeah.
and I was still living with my parents, and I was like, I don't want them to know that we're having sex. So my dad was like, he knocked on the door, he opened, he's like, and I was like, yeah, like pretend like nothing was happening, we were just lying in bed. And he's like, oh, I'll talk to you later. And I was like, no, just tell me what happened. And he's like, I need to tell you something. And I was like, it's okay, just come in. And he comes in and he sits on the bed next to us while Alex is inside of me and is like, your uncle passed away. And
In
I'm like,
Spanish, so I understood nothing.
I was like, what? And he's like, I was like, okay, I'll come out in a bit and we can talk more. And he goes, and I start crying.
Well, I'm still hard as a rock.
Well, my
Wait, hold on. I gotta know one thing, and I know our audience is gonna want to know this as well. Did you finish up?
Of course, man. What fucking? We already did the
There
hard
you
work,
go. That's
man.
okay.
Like Jesus
that's
Christ.
the end of the episode right there.
Dude,
Thank you all
it was fucked
so
up.
much for listening to the At Random podcast.
I didn't know what was going on, and all of a sudden it's like, oh my god, she starts
Yeah, but
crying.
she probably would have explained to you in English if you would have fucking asked for it. You just
But I
didn't
was
ask for it,
already
didn't you, you
there. I
cunt?
was already, you know, Jesus Christ. That was not a
Did
weird
you
place,
finish?
but a weird situation.
Wait. Let me ask a fucking.
Oh, I didn't think twice about it,
weirder
man. I
question
busted that
here.
nut.
Like the fact that you didn't understand and you came, that's fine. But Ali, but baby girl, please don't tell me you came.
no,
Okay, that's fine then.
no, I just let him finish so we can be over with it because I feel bad because I started crying in the middle
Okay.
of it. So I was like, okay, you just do your thing. Let's get over it. I need to go.
Lies.
Okay, well, I should maybe
Oh,
tell my
man.
question before. Wait. I have an interesting question. How do you ask your parents to use sex toys without making them feel bad about themselves?
Wait, what?
Just fucking ask them.
Just tell them. Not even ask him. Like,
Yeah,
use a
look to all the young kids
To
out there.
anyone out there.
Everybody. I don't care if you're 12, 13, 16.
Partner, not parent. Partner.
Oh my god, there's a big difference. Oh my goodness. Okay.
I can't read, apparently. I can't read. So, how do you ask your partner to use the sex toys without making them feel bad about themselves?
Oh, so like a bigger dick sort of toy? I
No,
guess?
like a vibrator or something else or whatever. Like to.
Look, as far as sex is concerned, just be open to your partner. I feel it's the most satisfying way to get what you want is not to beat around the bush, but
Yeah.
actually being honest and just fucking tell them. If you gotta look, I think it was 4 episodes ago now we did the fetish thing where we talked about your coworker and his guy friend being into long
The
nails.
feet, man.
Yeah, I'm not saying names. Yeah, I remember that episode. So that's the thing. He came out and said it to her like, "Look, I like this," and she can then decide for herself, like, you know, if I'm into that or not. I think that's
Yeah.
fucking fine.
Yeah.
If you're into shit, then
Dude,
you're into
I'm gonna
shit.
say to you right now.
And if you're not, then fucking find
Do you know what the
somebody
best
else.
things we did? I convinced Ali to buy like a magic wand vibrator. Legit. I was like, you know what?
Wait, that's the one with the big fucking
Yeah,
head
the
on
big
it, right?
fucker. I was like, you know what? You will enjoy the big fucker. Don't worry about this little pussy shit. You're going for the big fucker. And she was always like, I don't know. I'm scared. I'm like, fuck it. We're getting one. Like, let's do it. I'm sorry, Bella, that you're listening to this. I convinced your sister to buy one. Anyway, but It's the best.
But
No, it's the best thing ever.
And in the end, let's just disclose this to our listeners. In the end, did it improve upon your sex life?
Of course it did. It's like,
Well, there you go. That then end of fucking discussion.
but it's like anything your tongue can do, this thing does it 5 times quicker. So it's like, why the fuck would I eat you out for fucking half an hour? This thing in 5 minutes, you're fucking boom, you're ready to go. And then it's
Yeah,
like,
but,
no, but
dude.
she can have either one. It's like one or the other. It's like, oh, I want either one. It's no problem.
Look, Alex, if you have to eat your woman out for half an hour, you ain't doing something right, buddy.
No, but I'm talking not one orgasm. I'm talking like we usually aim for 3 to 5.
Yeah, dude.
We aim for 3 to 5.
Dude, like,
Minimum
I'm
of
fine,
3.
I'm fine.
Yeah, we
like,
aim minimum of 3 before we
minimum
have
of 3.
sex. That is a top tip. Minimum of 3 before you have sex. It's much better.
Oh
feeling.
yeah, that is a tip. I would tell people, like, get your woman off a couple of times.
Yeah, that's
first
what we
before
do.
you
Like, I'm not
actually go in
talking
and
one
fuck her.
orgasm
Yeah,
in
yeah,
half an hour. I'm
yeah,
talking
yeah,
like
yeah.
3 to 5 to 6, 7.
You can't get
Depends.
in otherwise.
Yeah, well, my dick is the size of a fucking donkey. You want to fucking push it in that canal? Jesus Christ. It needs lubrication. Fuck you, fucking horse dick, buddy, but the donkey
Yeah,
beat
but
ya.
so
This episode is everywhere. I don't know where we are.
look, it is the way it is though. Like if you have a fetish, like it doesn't matter what it is, unless it's fucking a corpse or fucking a kid. If you have a fetish, it's all right. You just go ahead and tell your partner. If they're not into that, then pick a fucking different partner. I think if you have fetishes, just discuss it with your husband or your wife. And if you have problems with that, and sort of guide them in
Yeah,
there.
but
you
not
know,
even
it's like
fetishes, right? Buy a magic wand is the best thing.
No,
for you.
no,
It spares your tongue, it spares your wrists from getting the fish fingers.
God, Alex,
It's
shut
brilliant.
up.
No, it's brilliant. Do it. Invest in a magic wand.
I'm so
you
sorry,
will not
Bella.
regret it. It's like a fucking
Hey,
jackhammer.
can I
going
ask
to
you guys
town.
something? Can I ask you guys something? Because I feel women are so fucking privileged when it comes to toys.
Yeah, dude's got nothing
you
but a
can look at me
fleshlight
like that.
and a waifu pillow.
Why is there no fleshlight in my bedroom, but there is a fucking dildo somewhere?
But that's your own fucking fault. Get a flashlight if you want one.
I did not understand that English.
That's your own fucking fault. Get a flashlight if you want one.
Yeah, but that's a thing though. Why is it less accepted than like fucking
It's not.
a magic wand or a dildo? Would you use a flashlight on Alex?
If he wants a flashlight, he can get a flashlight.
No, but the difference is a man penetrates, right? And I think it is actually like a visual thing in people's minds that is more like violent looking
No.
and sad looking than
Yeah.
a woman that just uses a toy on their clitoris. It's like harmless looking.
But would like Alex, would you get off on like let's say Ali uses a flashlight on your dick?
I don't give a shit.
Like just she lies next to you and she's just pumping that shit.
I'll do it myself. I don't give a fuck.
Do you know how many times I've pulled out the bed and found fucking Comstocks under the bed?
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Not allegedly.
Okay, no, look, but if a wife serviced her man appropriately, these things would not be required, and therefore, it's actually your
You know,
fault, not mine.
If you did a halfway proper job, you wouldn't have cum shocks.
Thank you, Andy, for backing me up. Yes, I wholeheartedly agree.
That's my straight side talking here. Like I'm
She's trying to throw shit at me now. Look, if I threw
yeah, she's
shit
trying
at
to show it.
if I threw things at a woman, I would go to jail. And she's throwing shit at me, and she thinks nothing about it. And she's also
Yeah, but
missing me by
it's
about
all about
3
equality.
meters.
If you buy
Well, you hit me then.
If you buy a fucking magic wand for your wife, then at least buy a flashlight with it for your husband and fuck him with
You
it,
know
so
what?
he can fuck another pussy without.
And then
cheating
put it on
you.
the end of the magic wand, and you're both having fun together. Right, you have to tell us your fucking story after 7 hours, Batman.
Yeah, Ali, I'm curious about your story now.
And you're supposed to have
Okay.
2 of them. You told us some bullshit about this fucking loser.
He's not a loser. You're just jealous about his
God,
horse
I've never
cock,
heard him
Alex.
talk
Just
like
shut
this.
up.
Relax.
I'm not jealous. I won. So I just want him to know
There's
that I
nothing to
won.
win.
Like, I'm better than you, you fucking douche.
Okay,
You know,
well,
you
I
you
can tell
call
a
him
story.
names all you want. He still had a bigger cock than you did, Alex. It's okay. It's okay to be the smallest guy in the room, Alex. That's no problem.
It's alright, Andy, but I get in the good pussy, so it's all
Oh my god.
good. She's like magic. It's like fucking a bottle of lube. I love that her sister's listening into this. It's brilliant. Wait, is she still there? Oh, she's still there, I think.
Yeah. She's
probably
still
vomiting into the toilet right now. She also has coronavirus, so F in chat for Ali's sister. Send your Fs.
Yeah. You know
She's
what?
dying.
We're almost at the end of the episode anyway.
Probably.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Second goodest boy of the week episode, second goodest boy of the week girl goes to Ali's sister, who shall be unnamed, but one which I'm not appreciative of. I love her to death. Like, I want her to stick around for all the time. Like, God, I'd bang her just because I feel sorry for her.
She's not happy.
Alright, but wait, we're not even close to being done. We got like Ali's stories, then we got some questions coming in. I hope Andy has time for this shit.
I can keep going. Like, that's fine.
Okay, well, let me get to my story. Okay. So, back in the day, I used to date this guy, and he was really nice, and I was so crazy about him.
Shit, is it me?
But
That's so cute.
shut the fuck up. But still, like, he kept on being with other women, and I knew that I was never gonna get him. Like, he was never gonna be like my guy. Like, he always said like, we're gonna be like, you're the one that I really care about, blah 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 blah, whatever. So, but one day he did what he had done before. He left, and he disappeared from my life, in the sense, like, he moved away.
He ghosted you.
No, he didn't ghost me. He left because he used to work at a place where I used to hang out, and I was like, okay. But then he left. He's like, no, I found this girl. I'm gonna marry her, whatever. And I was like, okay. And I ended up hanging out with my friend, and we somehow ended up with his best friend. The guy that I used to date, his best friend.
This is 100% true.
And another guy. So we went to this house party, and we were drinking, and I was like, and this guy, like, his friend was fucking hot. Like, he was so hot. And we were drinking and getting drunk and listening to music, and all of a sudden, like, he starts hitting on me, and I was like, well, you know what? Fuck it. Whatever. I'm so over this other dude. Like, he's done this to me over and over again, and I'm so tired. So we were like, fuck it. We went away into the other room. We started having sex. We were both super drunk, and we started doing tequila shots. And I was like, he was so drunk that he was like putting the lemon on his dick, and I was sucking it, and we were taking tequila, and we were like in the fucking mood, like fucking on the couch.
Actually a fucking pretty hot thing to do. Like, good on that
Yeah, well,
guy.
except for that, he
Fucking
stung
hell,
like hell when I
Jesus.
put the fucking lemon on his dick, and he was like, fuck! And I was like, fuck it, let's do this shit. And but he was like, fuck, whatever, let's do it, like, it hurts, but whatever. And we were fucking.
Damn, that dude wanted the puss bad.
And we're fucking on the couch, and all of a sudden, like, he's like on top of me, like pounding away. And my other friend, like my friend that I was with, and his friend walk into the living room, or they were like, we could hear them walking towards it, and he just like, bah, like, he like hits me so hard because he gets
Shoved it in.
and I fly under the table, like the sofa table, like half naked, and he's like covering himself, and I'm trying to cover myself lying under the like the living room table. And my friend walks in, and she's like, what the fuck are you doing there? And I was like, can you get the fuck out? And yeah, so
Yeah, I'm gonna say that's true because it does seem pretty.
Oh, no, it's
detailed.
true.
it's true.
I can tell you right now, I know for a fact it's true.
And my friend's exact word was like, mijita, what are you doing under the table? And I was like, can you get out?
Well, that sort of brings me to another story. I got another story for you guys.
No,
if you
but I
want
need
one.
to finish the story about what happened.
Oh, it's not finished.
So, like that happened. We had sex, whatever.
Okay.
And at another point, like the other guy ended up coming back, and we kept on seeing each other. And we were in a hotel room one night, and we were drinking. And he was so upset. He's like, "You were the one I wanted to marry, but you have had sex with my best friend. I can't marry you now, whatever." And it ended up in us having a threesome one day, all three of us.
Okay, wait. How did I? how did I wanted to marry you, but you married my best?
No.
Or you fucked my best friend. How did I go from that to a threesome? Like you skipped something there.
Well,
I mean-
we were in.
Wait, did it go from? Wait, whoa. The guys you had a threesome with
Yeah.
were it the two guys you were fucking? Was it the friend, the best friend?
What?
The two friends.
Yeah.
You were fucking separately. Was it those two guys you were having a threesome
Yeah.
with? Oh,
So what happened that one day we were in a hotel room like with the other guy, and we're drinking, and when he's blindly drunk, he confesses to me that he wanted to marry me, but he doesn't know what to do because I had sex with his best friend. And then he got super drunk and peed on the wall in the hotel room.
yeah, that
And a few weeks
happens.
and a few weeks later we were out, and he was like, "Well, let's call and let's have a threesome." And we had a threesome with his best friend.
You do know that was arranged beforehand, right?
Probably, whatever.
They definitely talked about you behind your back.
Whatever. I didn't give a shit.
they
I'm a good
arranged
fuck.
to stuff your fucking...
And I'm a better, like, back in the day, I used to give amazing blowjobs.
Yeah. No, not so much because you're married.
No, his dick is
and-
too big. I can't fit it. I'm sorry.
Hey, there it is, ladies and gentlemen.
There you go. Horsecock
It's
Alex,
a
everybody.
gobstopper Alex Cherry. Fucking there we go.
I get tired. Okay, I have another question. Have you
Mhm.
ever sampled your own goods?
Yes.
No.
You haven't?
No,
Yes.
fuck no.
I mean, any bisexual guy who hasn't come out of the closet.
But still,
fucking
like, I think it's a very curious
wants
thing,
to try
whatever.
it.
Like,
Dude, he needed a protein boost. He's helping himself out.
Look, I'm gonna tell you one thing. I come hard, right? Like I've jizzed over my shoulder.
Oh, yeah, and he's in the club.
Yeah.
I jizzed into her nose one day, and I'm not joking, from inside her mouth. I jizzed so hard it went up the two little tiny holes in the nose and into her nose.
Yeah, the sinuses.
Yeah, it was amazing.
But yeah, I come like a motherfucker. Like when I jizz hard, and sometimes shits get sprayed a little bit. And I've heard that the longer you wait, the thicker your cum gets. I don't know why that is physically, but I've heard that that's a thing, that if you don't cum a lot, and then your cum is like thicker.
yes, like creamier.
I come on a regular basis because I masturbate a lot, like seriously, since I fucking married a lot.
Oh, I'm just saying, do you ejaculate once a day, right?
Yeah, no, it's just jerking my shit all the time. No, but that's the thing. Like, I come a lot and I come hard, and so I remember one day being curious about what cum tastes like because I had bisexual tendencies, and I was like, well, I don't have any other jizz around right now. Yeah, so I you can laugh all you want,
I don't
Alex.
think it's anything weird.
I don't
Like,
think
it's
it's
you.
funny. I
bodily
understand,
fluid.
but it's like
You haven't tried it?
But I don't think
Like, even when you were
I
young,
don't
Alex?
think I'm the only
I'm
one,
a
though.
straight dude. It's
It
for
doesn't-
me. It's
it's
like
not a
I give
question
it to
about-
you. It's no takebacks.
I'm,
All right, like that's how it works.
I'm talking as like the first few times when you were a
No.
kid, you were like
No,
curious.
I was never
like,
like, what is this white magic pea? No, I never questioned that.
you were like immediately the first time you came, like, oh, this is for somebody else, not for
Yeah,
me.
my body knew, you know what? This is a gift you give to another human. This is not a gift you give to yourself.
It's not a gift.
Oh, it is a gift.
It's a depravate fucking thing. Nah, but that's the thing though. Like I think if you ever done that, there's some bisexual tendencies in you. And just to be clear to the people out there listening to the podcast, I've never thought that guys tasting or trying their own cum is a weird thing.
Nothing weird
I
about
just think
it.
it's a curious
come
thing.
on.
It's a curious thing.
Yeah, it's a curious thing. Look, dude, how are you gonna serve a fucking hamburger if you never taken a bite out of that
Because I
burger?
looked at that hamburger and I went, you know what? That is perfection. I don't need to touch
What?
it.
No, it's
You're
not,
so
because you've never
stupid.
tasted it. It's not your fucking
Look, I'll
right.
stop you right there. Every straight guy's looked at it and for a brief second gone, what does it taste like? And then gone, nah. That's how you know you're straight. You're just
Alright.
like, nah.
I
I'm not
can
interested.
live
God,
with
you're
that.
so stupid, Alex.
No, it's a fucking truth.
I can I can live with that. I can get that. The question in your mind to be like, you know what does that
And you're
taste
like,
like?
nah.
But in the end, not choosing to
Yeah, you're
to
just like,
taste
no,
it.
I don't give a
I
fuck.
can get that. It's like drowning, you know. Sometimes I want to drown myself while I'm taking a bath, but I don't
Just
do
gonna
it.
say, Andy, drowning
because-
yourself is impossible.
There you go. It's impossible, and that's a shame. Why does she keep walking away from the fucking podcast? We're recording, you cunt.
I don't know, Andy. Let's just do it. We're kicking her off.
She
Let's
just
go.
walks off like it's fucking. Oh, I don't give a shit about
This
this.
is the Andy and Alex podcast, the Double A podcast. Let's go. Let's do it.
She just walks off camera, going lottie fucking
and I
da.
gotta
This is
edit
not
this
my
shit,
show
man.
anymore.
How fucking long do I wait before I fucking bring it back?
Wait, is her sister still online? Can we do a show with her instead?
Honestly,
wouldn't that
Bella's
be more
cooler than
fun?
Ali anyways. This is probably possible.
You heard it here first, folks. Bella is cooler than Ali. Wait, hold on. I haven't said that. I needed to say that in the beginning of the show. I'm writing porn. How did I not fucking say that? How did I fucking oversee
You are
that?
actually writing porn. That's true.
Yeah.
With my good friend.
I've become an actual porn writer.
Okay, well, no, I do actually have a story. I'm just kidding. So, at one point in my life, I was at this party. And there was a lot of random people, and I got super drunk, and some weird shit happened. There was a jealous girl because I showed my tits to her boyfriend. Yeah, but whatever. So at the end of the night, I was like, whatever, people started hooking up with people, and I was like, I need to find a guy. And so I find this super cute little guy, and I was like, I want to destroy you.
That's basically your pickup
Yeah,
line.
basically.
As far
Wait,
as
so
I
you
know
got on top of him
yeah.
and you fucked him until his pelvis ground to dust.
Well, can I tell my fucking story?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's probably what your story was, right?
No, shut up.
Yeah, but can she tell her fucking story, Alex?
Fuck up, Andy.
So whatever, I found this super cute guy, and I was like, you coming with me? So we go into, because people were having sex all over the place, so we go into the room, and I
Sounds
suck
like
his-
an orgy.
Shut up, it was just me and him. And I was on my period, so I didn't really want to have sex. So I sucked his dick, and he was like blown away, and he literally said, and that at that time I found out that he was 3 years younger than me, and I'm like, oh my god,
Okay.
like what the fuck am I doing?
Okay.
But still, he's like, oh my
Okay.
god, like these 95 girls, because we call, like in Sweden you say like what year you're born. So I'm a 92 because I'm born in 92. And he was born in 95, and he's like, oh, these girls, like 95-year girl, like the 95 girls don't know what the fuck they're doing. And I was like, yeah, whatever. And so I blows it, and we had sex eventually. Like, it was a bit messy, but he knew. I told him I don't want to do it because I'm on the period. And he's like, whatever, I don't.
Nobody gives a fuck.
Yeah, yeah, but he was like,
you
whatever.
surf that red tide, my friend. You fucking, when you can get your dick in there, you surf that shit.
Just
you fucking go for
enjoy the Russians
Whatever.
while they're invading
What
the
happened?
country.
red tide. Doesn't matter.
Shut the fuck up.
The commies, they don't
we
matter
had
for fucking
sex,
shit when you're getting your dick wet.
and then afterwards, like, I think we talked once, nothing else happened. A few months later, like, time passes, and I'm with my friend, and we just, like, we were gonna go out to a party, like, and we were like, oh, let's play some music and, like, get pumped up so we can go to this party and have fun. And so we were like, oh, we don't know what we want to listen to. It's like, oh, let's go into Facebook and see what people posted, because this was back in the day when people posted stuff they wanted to listen to and shit like that.
Yeah.
And so the guy that I'm seeing at this time posted this song. And this song, like, people were commenting this everywhere. And I was like, what the fuck is this? Why do people keep commenting this specific title? And the guy that I was seeing had posted this title. And we're like, so it was a link to a video. So we clipped the video, and there was this, like, song that had blew up in Sweden.
Sex tape.
No, it was like a random, like, weird song. And we just started listening to it, and we're like, what the fuck is this? And then in the video, I see the little guy that I blew, and I was like, oh my God.
Oh my God, I blew someone famous.
I blew that.
I blew that guy, and I blew his mind. But yeah, and I was so embarrassed, and I was like, oh my god, and my phone's like, what? And I was like, I had sex with that dude. And she's like, what? And it became this whole fucking thing on my friends group, and they all kept making fun of me because I had sex with this guy. So everyone kept singing the song whenever they saw me. Is there a true or false story?
I think that could be
Nah,
true.
that's false.
Yeah, you could fuck somebody. Like, I think that somebody in a video clip could be easily, like, if it's a short fucking clip or
No, it was like a
fragment of
massive
clip.
hit throughout Sweden. Like, people everywhere were blowing it up.
I'm going to say this is false because you have never told me before and you've been very open in the past. So I'm going to say false.
What do you think, Andy?
I don't know. There could be things that you're like not thinking of, but then again, like seeing somebody in a music video and blowing them. The fact that you had to mention that you were on your period would be so redundant that I don't think it would be important if you told it if it was a lie. So I'm gonna say true as well. Like, I'm gonna say true.
This is a true story.
That's true?
It's a true story.
You've never told me this before, ever. I'm learning something new here, ladies and
I've
gentlemen.
told you this story before.
I
That
was
you don't
probably
pay
drunk and I
attention.
didn't
It's not
listen, I
my
mean.
fault.
You say many things and I listen to very few of them.
Bella knows this true, and Bella's listening.
So you guys want here's the last one for you, and then we'll round this episode off because we've been going for an hour and 50 fucking
Yeah, but once we edit that's like
Jesus
22
fucking
minutes
Christ.
once it's actually edited.
Yeah. All right, so here's the last one. Here's the fucking last one. I have never done a one night stand but one.
True.
Okay. Well, it is true, and here's the story behind that. I had a girl. I worked in a shop as a manager once, and I had a girl who was too young to fuck. Let's just say. She was hanging out in my store all the time because she had a little thing for me, but I refused to do anything with her. Now, pass on a couple of years.
She's banging hot,
I
right?
go after work. Oh, yeah, well, she's okay. She has horse teeth, but like I didn't
Yeah,
want.
but I mean that's called the London look, so that's all good.
Yeah. But no, so she, she was very attractive. She was a young, attractive girl. And I just got out of a very fucked up relationship, which I have told Ali about, by the way. I've gotten out of this relationship. I went to a bar which she was at. She was sitting at the counter and I was ordering my whiskey, and as I usually did, I did not give a fuck about anybody else. I just enjoyed my whiskey and my beer, and I just, enjoyed my time being there. I'm a simple man.
That's the way, my friend. Good whiskey is amazing.
Yeah. I go to a bar alone. I don't give a shit about women. If they dance, then I got something to look at, and if they don't, then fuck them. But so at this point, she's sitting at a bar, and we get to talking like, "Hey, how are you? Yeah, I remember you," and blah 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 blah. She had a bad experience with a boyfriend, and so age all of a sudden comes up, and she says, "Well, I'm 18 now," and blah 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 blah. And I was like, bingo, ready to fuck.
Ding, 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 ding,
like
jackpot.
the moment she's 18, it was, yeah. It was actually a jackpot, because the way she told me was actually a huge indicator. Like, I'm old enough. She wasn't telling me her age,
but she DTF.
Yeah. She wasn't telling me her age. She was telling me she was old enough to fuck. So we get to her doorstep, and because she wanted to go home, I was like, well, fine, I gotta go the same way anyway, and which was true. It wasn't bullshit. We get to her doorstep. She leans over and kisses me. She's the aggressor in this situation, the fucking cunt. So she kisses me, and I'm like, whoa, okay, so this is gonna happen. So I just got out of this bad relationship. I didn't want a new relationship. So what I did was I pushed her back, and I said, well, if we're gonna do this, then, it's a one-time thing, because I told you I came out of the bad experience, and I don't want anything more.
Yeah.
And she said, yes, fine. I was like, okay, well, this one night stand thing is pretty fucking, like, this is looking pretty good right now. I'm gonna bang. And so we go up to my apartment, and imagine going to town on a girl for 45 minutes to an hour, and all you hear is this. Slicker. Oh, slicker. Oh, slicker.
That sounds fucking disgusting.
Yeah, it does.
It's like,
it does.
spit
Even
on
in Dutch,
me,
it
Andy.
does.
Spit on me.
It's like it's basically her saying, "No, it's good. Oh, fucking, it's good. Oh, it's so good. It's good." So she's not telling me anything else. That's why, by the way, it took me 45 fucking minutes to fucking come. Because I couldn't fucking focus on my dick, because this bitch was yelling that at me.
Was she speaking Dutch or Flemish?
She wasn't whispering this.
Because Dutch
Flemish.
and Flemish are like kind of the same, but not quite the same, right?
Yeah, but it's more phlegm orientated. Yeah. But, all right, so at the end of this whole fucking endeavor, this fucking cunt isn't fucking whispering it in my ears. She's yelling it.
No.
Like, neighbors are waking up.
No.
Dogs are fucking barking. Like, it's a fucking situation on this point. And so, I'm done. I came. I'm like, whew, well, finally, that's fucking done. I got there in the end. Congratulations, me. And she turns around. This fucking cunt! She turns around, she looks at me, and she says, I love you.
Oh, no.
And I'm like, oh, God, fucking hell.
No.
So not knowing what to do, I don't have any enthusiasm left in me to say anything else, but get the fuck out. Like, basically, I told this girl, like, okay, well, I told you in advance, you know what? I'm not gonna have this discussion. Fuck off. And she's like, oh, you're gonna walk me down. Like, I lived in an apartment building. So basically, this girl asks me, wait, you're not gonna bring me downstairs to the front door? Because I was like, no, that's not gonna happen. I'm gonna bring you to my front door of my apartment, like not my building, but my apartment itself, and you're gonna fuck off all the way downstairs from that
But
point.
Andy, you would take me to the exit to your apartment, right?
I would you, because I actually like you. She was a fuck. No. She was a fuck. I like you as a person. You're fun. She was a fuck. And she knew that she was a fuck by the way that I asked her if she wanted to be a fucking fuck. All right. So, anyway, this story doesn't end, by the way. I get up the next morning. I'm figuring like, oh, this is done. This was the one night stand. Maybe I did something wrong. Blah 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 blah. I go out the night after. Like I go out and have a drink, and the bartender proceeds to tell me, "Oh, there's the Playboy," and I'm like, "What the? That's a weird fucking thing." And so I figure out after from people talking to me that this girl proceeded on to tell people that I've played her.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I'm not shitting. Yeah, I can. Yeah, I saw your face there. Dead serious. She went out and she went to people she knew that were bartending there and shit like that. That I was a disgusting pig for taking advantage of her. And I was like, you know what? Well, fuck you. I'm not ever coming. I never went to after that day. Seriously, after that day, I never went to that bar again. Ever. Because they knew me. They knew me. I was a regular
So
there.
you've
Like
had
I
a
was a good
one-night
customer
stand, in
there.
other words.
I had one-night stand and it ended there. I only had one ever in my life. Because it was such a bad experience for me. It was like the bush that didn't stop giving until months after.
The hairy moot.
Yeah, it was the same sort of fucking thing, but I refused to have a one-night stand because I was like, you know what? She can tell people afterwards that I'm a fucking asshole while I'm not. I actually did the honorable thing, and, you know, she was the one to fuck up there by loving me. And that's it. That's my stories.
Amazing.
Is Alex alive?
I don't know.
Amazing. I love it when you say that, by the way. The way you say... I told you this in text before,
No.
I think. When you say amazing, you say it so sexy. You never say amazing. You always say amazing.
Amazing.
So amazing. You got an amazing cock.
Hear that all the time, Andy. Come on.
All right. Well, I guess on that note, we've been going for a solid 2 hours, I think. Jesus Christ. Actually, we've been going for 2 hours. I think that we have to
Yeah,
cut it out.
probably.
Right. Yeah.
There's so many other stories, though. Jeez.
Oh, yeah. We can do other episodes like this. This has been fun. I've enjoyed myself.
I'm actually drunk by this point.
Let's just
though.
hope for another... Okay. You want me to run us out of this?
Are you
or
even drunk? I
wanna
haven't
do
seen
it?
you been drinking.
I've been I got fucking 3 beers down. Like, come on.
Okay, let's round this up because I'm fucking drunk by this point. Like,
All right. Well, this is your episode, Ali. You wanna fucking guide us out of here?
okay, well, this has been the At Random podcast with very random shit in it. You're welcome. We
This
got
could
drunk.
be the throwaway episodes. So
Oh, and I didn't get to say this on the episode, but like I'm going to now. I'm writing porn and I am proud of it. I hit up with a guy that sent me dick pictures on Instagram, apparently. And we got along so well. We got to talking and shit like that. And he's a porn writer or a porn drawer of comics, I guess, sort of. His Instagram is I Dream of Potatoes. So at I Dream of Potatoes. Go check him out. We're making a comic together. I'm writing the script and he's drawing his little drawings and it's fucking fantastic. So go ahead and find him. Find us on at Random Podcast. So that's at.random.podcast on Instagram. And what is it on Twitter, Alex?
AT_random pod. That simple.
There you go.
It's
There you go.
that simple, ladies
That's
and
it.
gentlemen.
All right, so find us on social medias. Talk to us. Ask us questions. We'll fucking answer them when we're drunk again, and that'll be that. Thank you all so much for listening. Thank you for being a great
And
audience.
we apologize
Thank
for
you
this
for being
abortion
there.
of an episode.
Yeah, and again, go on Facebook and find Do It for Dan. Give
Yes.
your fucking euro, 5
Do that.
euros,
Do it.
20 euros, whatever you can spare. Fucking do it. That kids needs us to save our lives. Like I'm told this before. If there's 50 people listening, if there's 2 people that send like something, that's something that helps the parents. All right. On that note, thank you very much. I'll talk to you later.
Bye.